I'm Arvind and I'm sitting in front of this camera to represent the team Mindsparkz. So we have chosen a domain that would add some value to the current life problems which are very much prevalent in the society. So one of them which is the spread of the bacterial infection. The spread of the bacterial infection mainly takes place in the public places and workplaces that are equipped with air conditioners or they strive on the cold environment. So moving on, we have actually managed to, with the intervention of infrared cameras and thermal heat detectors, we have managed to develop a solution to study the initial stages of bacteria's growth. So we have actually managed to develop a prototype in the software section using Figma as a tool. It is currently not possible for us to develop one in the hardware section because the cost and maintenance of infrared cameras and heat detectors is quite high and it requires expensive funding. So now I would like to demonstrate our design. So guys, now I would like to demonstrate the design. So this is our first front page in our design in using Figma. So we have all these different places. These are different places that are equipped with air conditioners and are actually the public or the workplaces. Mostly it is of the public places. So now let's go to one of these places. Let's click on Palladium mode. So here we can find all these cameras. So the drop down list on the right hand side will show the angle and the view for different cameras. So on the rightmost side we have the temperature bar, which shows the range from 28 degrees centigrade to 41 degrees centigrade. And on the rightmost side we have the different types of ailments or diseases, infection causing bacteria and all other things that have shown a sudden spike, and it shows how the variation is there in between staphylococcus to anthrax to ebola. Now let's zoom out. So now it works in the similar way for all other destinations as well. You can see it clearly, right? So let's go move out, and we have a center button in front, right in the middle of all these destinations, which is analysis. Let's click on it. So in the analysis, we can find a map, the top view, where the spots which are under monitoring are clearly displayed. There are two in the first slide. Let's move on to the next. There are three on the next slide. The second slide, you can see all these spots. These are the malls which we discussed about earlier, and the last contains two of them. So now let's zoom out again. So now we'll move on to the next page, which is the sites. So sites. So here you may wonder why do we have the surface area and all of these information and all the description of these different places. Why do we have it? Because surface area is directly proportional to the number of people. Just think about it. So now let's take an example of Express Avenue. Let's click on it. So in this we have an infrared picture which shows obviously the temperature, the range of the temperature, and here we can find one option is present. So the option is that if you can see there's a huge spike in the increase of staphylococcus up to 60%. So in case of this, the user may go with the option of UV cleansing or alert or contact or alert. So UV cleansing is basically when the user can go with cleansing the area with UV emitters during the inactive hours. Inactive hours is when the mall shuts down when there are no people present, so they are not harmed by it, and the UV light can completely annihilate the diseases, the harmful ones. Alert is when there's a minimal amount. Like for Ebola, there's 31%. It's not significant. It is significantly high, but compared to Staphylococcus and anthrax, it's low. So in case of this, the user can alert the people that are willing to visit the place, and they can isolate the place. So now let's zoom out again. So I would like to conclude and conclude the session. I hope our idea becomes more relevant in the future, and it could be of some use in the society.